I first became involved with United Way, Burlington Greater Hamilton, just as a passive donor through payroll deductions. But then I had somebody show me all the things that the United Way was doing in our community. And as a result of that, I felt absolutely compelled to donate my time. United Way Burlington Greater Hamilton is so important because they support over 100 programs here in our community. And I shudder to think what we would do without them. I'd encourage people to get involved with United Way Burlington Greater Hamilton, even though there's so many great causes out there and so many that people care about. I think that if you take a deeper look at the programs that they support, you'll find that there's a really good chance that they are already involved in something that you really care about. United Way Burlington Greater Hamilton is not your grandfather's Oldsmobile. They've made a lot of changes and they are so important in our community, but it's our job to raise awareness and spread the word. After all, together we are possibility.
5 years ago, United Way helped me to get clean, to send me on the right path. You know, I mean, to gain everything that I had and then to lose it all. Like, I had a house, I had a business, I had all my kids involved with my life. I had everything. I had the perfect life. Then came the addiction. With the addiction, when I hit the wall at 100 miles an hour, hitting the wall like that was the true awakening, because everything could change at that point in time. And with a rehab stint, it truly got me to a point that I was able to see the light. Then where do I go from here? And one of the people at the office said, call the United Way. The United Way, yeah, they'll help you. When I left rehab, I was able to go out and actually start to make amends, you know, to start apologizing to the people I had hurt and the things I'd done. By the time I was actually sentenced, I was a year clean. I was already doing community service. My son's school brought me in, got me to do a couple mural work. I did 7 murals in his one school. The school is covered in my artwork. But everybody loved it, the teachers, the principal, and I didn't ask for money. I said, you pay for my paints, it just gives me something to do. My probation officer loved it, thought it was the coolest thing ever. If the United Way wasn't there, the game change probably wouldn't have happened. That was the help that I needed.
As a United Way funded agency, we're able to provide support to the community to break down barriers for people who might have financial restraints, physical restraints, social inabilities. So with the United Way funding and our programs, we're able to offer them those connections to the community, those connections to services, those connections to other people in the same situation. We're able to help people that face all different types of challenges. We have a couple that live independently here in Burlington. He is legally blind and she suffers from Alzheimer's. They're both well in their 90s. He's the brains and she's the eyes, and without the United Way funding that we receive, we wouldn't be able to send volunteers there to take them out, to have social interaction, to connect them to the community, to allow them their independence and their freedom. Without it, they'd be tied to the house or long-term care. Without the Burlington Greater Hamilton United Way, the community would be lacking all sorts of support necessary for people to live independently as long as possible, to lead active and social lives, to get assistance for families in need. In other words, we'd just be a mess without the United Way.
In 2002, I moved to Burlington, got the job here, and right away got involved with the United Way agency here, and have been at it since then. So we'll be 14 years in October. So I feel very passionate about it, and I know a lot of people don't understand what United Way is all about, and part of what I like to do is be able to sway them to understand more about what it's all about. Literally every single agency I had anything to do with, whether it was a volunteer position or a paid position, had some funding from United Way. I can tell you that most of the jobs I'd seen through the different agencies wouldn't have been in existence without United Way funding. The fundraising that we do here is definitely utilized by all the different agencies in Burlington and in Hamilton. was a no-brainer for me. The day I started filling out the paperwork, the different things, first thing I signed off on was the United Way payroll deduction, no question. I like to say to people, you don't know from today that you might need United Way. It's a scary thought to think that there would be no assistance out there for people who need it. It would be very, very scary.
There are others that need our help, and if we don't step forward and give that help, they're not going to get it. So it's our responsibility to continue to pay it forward to our community, to plant the garden. Even if we'll never see the flowers bloom, someone will and needs to. So we're there to cultivate at the United Way and to create opportunities for blooms, for blossoms.
Together,
we are possibility.